Hi, my name is Mandy Wittschen. I'm a marketing strategist with Haley Marketing Group, and today I have the pleasure of speaking with our founder and CEO, David Searns. Hi, David.
Hey Mandy, how you doing?
Good. Thank you for joining us today. Today's topic for our viewers is going to be what marketing should staffing firms be using to drive sales and qualified applications during these strange times? And they are definitely strange times. But before we jump in, if you could, David, just give me your 30-second elevator pitch and tell me a little bit about yourself and Haley Marketing Group.
Sure, in 30 seconds. All right, so I'm old. No, we started, I actually saw that LinkedIn, like today is the 24th anniversary when I said that we started Haley Marketing on LinkedIn. So it was August 1996. So happy 24th birthday to us and to you, since you were here with us when we started Haley Marketing.
That's right.
And as for me, a lot of people know I grew up in the staffing business. Mom and dad ran a staffing company. Haley Marketing was an offshoot of their business way back in 1996. Mom and dad are happily retired, and now all we're doing is marketing for the staffing industry.
Right, and the business has been growing by leaps and bounds, and now we provide just a full complement of solutions and solutions that are going to be very critical over the next few months and have been critical over the last few months, which kind of leads me to my first question. How has staffing industry marketing changed over the last 6 months?
Yeesh. Well, the obvious is we went from 3.5% unemployment to, at its peak, 16.6, and now I think it's around 11. So in February, everybody was focused on recruiting. Then that flipped sort of upside down. Although for some of our clients, it's still a mix. Now they have a challenge getting job orders and a challenge getting candidates. From a marketing standpoint, staffing companies have really had to look at, probably most importantly, is boosting efficiency. How do I get more out of my salespeople? Because we had a guest speaker, you remember a couple of months ago, Mike Jackatote from Butler Street, and he said salespeople right now have to do double the work for half the results. So that's where marketing fills in the gap, is how do we help the salespeople leverage their time? How do we get more conversions on a website? How do we get found on search engines and social media so more employers are coming to the staffing company, more job seekers? And that's what we're doing now, is just optimizing what's out there to increase visibility, increase reach, and state a more compelling case. Because a lot of employers are thinking, I can hire on my own. There's all these people available, or I don't need people right now. And there's still a lot of reasons they need people. And more than ever, they need a staffing company to help them find the right people. From a recruiting standpoint, I've told a lot of people, is like, imagine that recruiting back in February was like finding a needle in a haystack. Now there's 10 needles, but there's 1,000 haystacks.
Sure.
And that's the challenge a lot of our clients and their clients are having with recruiting, is there's a big market of people, and staffing companies' value isn't lessened because more people are in the marketplace. It's actually increased.
Mm-hmm. Well, you've given me a really nice overview of what's going on both the sales side of the equation as well as the recruiting side of the equation. So I'm going to drill down for a second here. Let's talk specifically about sales. In your opinion and your experience, what have you found is working best for generating leads, orders, inquiries, and everything?
So I think staffing companies, I'm going to go back to something I just said, really have to do two related things. They have to be more visible. So I have to be more visible in the online world. That's search engine optimization. That's more paid advertising. There are a lot of companies that may not have used staffing in the past that are looking, or companies that are going to use more because they're afraid to bring people back full time. Maybe they don't have a regular staffing vendor, so they're Googling it. You want to show up, and you want to show up not just for staffing agency in my city, but a whole wide range of questions people may be asking. You want your website to be answering those questions so you get found in Google searches. But that visibility is one part. The other part is, I think staffing companies from a sales perspective need to work with their salespeople on how to be really strategic. What businesses in your local community or in the industry you serve are still hiring? Why are they hiring? What are their talent needs? And based on what you know about the audience, to create a direct marketing campaign where we use marketing to do the first outreach, to create awareness, to position your business the way you want to be seen, to grab somebody's attention so they know that you exist and you're not one of 10,000 staffing companies just making cold calls. to give people a reason to talk to the salesperson. So when that salesperson does pick up the phone, and that's the part of integrating sales and marketing together into an integrated direct marketing program. When the salesperson picks up the phone, they're calling someone who's heard their name, who knows what they do, who is positively predisposed to talking to them. And if you've gone so far, he actually has a real strong reason to meet with that staffing salesperson. When you put all those things together, a staffing salesperson, instead of making maybe 20 calls to get a connect or 50 calls to get an appointment, it may still be hard to get people on the phone and connect. But when you have it, the probability of a connect turning into an appointment will go up. One of our clients in the last recession, after the 2009, 2010, did this, and they saw their outbound sales call to appointment ratio went up by 100%.
Wow,
just by being more strategic about going after the right people with a good campaign.
It sounds, based on what you said, that really staffing professionals do need to adjust their strategy and also the tactics that they're using. And it also sounds like it's really a multi-pronged approach that seems to be working best. There's not really one silver bullet at this economy right now.
I wish there was, but you definitely need to plant as many seeds as you can right now, because you don't know what's going to bear fruit. And your great long-term clients may cut their staffing, and all of a sudden, what are you going to do? So you need to be getting more clients. This is really a time to push for having a greater number of clients, even if they're little onesie-twosie clients.
Right.
Because you can't be reliant on what paid your bills 6-7 months ago, because it may not pay your bills in August and September, in the fall of 2020. So you want more diversification in your client mix. And as you said, you have to change the tactics, change the strategies so that you're making the most value out of your sales time.
And those onesie and twosie orders, as you refer to them, who knows where those may lead once we start regaining momentum again. So let's change directions here and talk about the other side of the equation. What should staffing agencies be doing if they need more qualified candidates right now? You were talking a little bit about now there are 10,000 haystacks, but what should staffing agencies be doing if they're struggling to recruit?
So there's people that are struggling to recruit usually for one of two reasons. Number one is if you're placing lower level workers and they're getting an extra $600 a week. I know that just ended, but hopefully something will get passed because those people can't go to nothing. But if they're getting $600 a week as basically an incentive not to work, then it's going to be really hard to get them off the sidelines. You're going to need to, in that audience, try to find people who just really want to be working, people who want to know that they get the pick of the best jobs right now. So definitely, if you want the best opportunities that pay the most, now's the time to accept assignments. People who may be concerned that, hey, unemployment benefits are going to end, and what will I do afterwards? Those are also people that you can get off the sidelines by appealing to them. And when you think about your job advertising, you need to focus on your best paying jobs. You really need to show what people could make by working with you. And I know not every job is going to pay at the top, but you need to sell your best job. You need to sell the things that's most saleable to get people in the door.
Specifically.
You also then need to make sure people understand. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, specifically, you were talking about if the pay isn't there. Would you recommend that an account manager counsel or educate an employer about the realities of pay in this market?
Absolutely. So if an account manager, a salesperson can say, we had company A and company B. Here were the pay rates. Here were the fill rates. One of our teammates, Matt Loza, our director of recruitment marketing, actually studied this. And he looked at the application rate based on pay rate. Anything less than $15 an hour, the application rate has plummeted in the last 6 months. Anything about 15, 16, it stayed pretty even, little decline, but 17 and up, the application rate has doubled. So people will come off the sidelines if it's paying a little bit more than that $600 a week. And a staffing company may be talking to an employer who goes, I only pay $12 an hour for this job. Well, until unemployment ends, they may have those jobs going unfilled if they're not at 15 an hour. And that's just a harsh reality. Staffing companies absolutely need to coach their clients on the realities of the market.
Those are some interesting statistics and takeaways. And I really appreciate your taking the time here to give our viewers some practical ideas that they can implement, tomorrow, today.
If I can, Mandy, before you go, there's one more I want to add, because whether it's lower level workers or higher level workers, the other thing staffing companies have to recognize is the importance of showing safety. And sort of goes without saying right now, America's got a challenge. We've got a virus that is not really under control. Hopefully by the time people are seeing this, it is more under control. Mm-hmm. But workers want to know, moms and dads want to know they're going to go to a workplace that's safe. They want to know they're going to have flexibility if they need to take care of their kids. So in promoting the jobs, whether it's lower level jobs or mid-tier or senior level executives, people want to know that they're going to be safe and that the employer is going to give them some flexibility. So staffing companies need to, again, consult with their clients. How can we offer people this sense of safety and job security and flexibility? Because if we can do that, we're going to get the best talent. And so staffing salespeople need to get closer to their clients to have these conversations and put all this stuff into their job ads, into their social media, so they're demonstrating safety and flexibility.
If viewers have questions about anything that you've covered today, where can they get those questions answered, or how could they learn more about any of the things that we discussed today?
Oh, great question. I wish I had a short answer. I'll try to keep it short. So, no, the one self-promotional one is there's a lot of good resources. We have recorded webinars we've done on many of these topics. You can go to lunchwithhaley.com and there's on-demand webinars. They're all completely free to listen to. There's great advice from this downturn in the last 6 months. We've been doing 2 webinars every month with some amazing guest speakers on recruiting, on sales. Got one coming up next week with Leah Daniels from Appcast on recruitment marketing. Also, in our main haleymarketing.com website, our Idea Club newsletter. If you don't get it, subscribe, because we're covering these topics. Mm-hmm. Our ideas, industry best practices, third-party ideas we find. And the last thing that I would suggest is our good friend Google. Take any question you have and type it in, because there's so much content being produced right now that you're going to find lots of expert opinion, new webinars to watch, blog posts have been written, guides that have been produced. Take advantage of all the things that marketers like us are doing to produce more content. It's really valuable stuff. You can get amazing free education right now.
Sounds like some great advice. Thank you very much for the time today, and have a great day.
Thanks so much, Mandy.